Hey guys, Brian and Elena back here at Ground Control, still working on the half guard position. Now we're gonna get into my favorite sweep to do from this position. I love it because, we do so much work to bring ourselves up to a base that when it fails, generally it'll, a lot of times it'll create almost a wrestling scramble, which I always feel like works into my favor to some degree. The other thing is it doesn't flatten me back out when I fail this sweep or when it's not there for whatever reason. But we'll break down the details of it. I'm going to start in half guard, and now we're coming up and we already have our underhook established. So now it's about looking to attack. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to step my feet towards the inside of Elena's feet. So my feet are going to come off the mat. We'll show this from another angle as well, but they come off the mat and I'm going to drag them across the mat almost like I'm trying to pull her foot outside of the plane of her hip. Okay, it's tough to see from this angle, but what happens is right now Elena's in such a good base. Her base is like a trapezoid, right? It has the, wider bottom than top, and then, the knees are wider than her hips. What I want to do is I want to pull on this guy to create more of a rhombus, try to make her center of gravity angling away from me so that we can break her base and take her down. That's what we're going to get into with this sweep. So we'll show it one time from just a different position, but as I have the underhook and I've worked my way up, the first thing I'm going to try to do is take my feet while maintaining connection. I don't just open up, but my feet maintain connection and I step right towards the inside. The next thing is I'm going to drag while still keeping a nice tight pinch right on her leg. I'm going to try to drag this leg towards the outside plane of both her hip and her knee so that I can start forcing her hips to fall away from me. We'll go back to the original angle. So as we do this, I'm staying nice and tight. My head isn't up normally, might be for demonstration purposes. Generally, I'm tucked with my ear right around the solar plexus of the belt knot with this. My feet come towards the inside and I go to drag. Now, the next thing is I'm gonna observe my 2 points of contact with the mat. Obviously, my kickstand is going to be one. My outside leg, that foot on the mat, is going to be another. And what it's going to do is I'm going to push off both of these and lift my hips. And as I lift my hips, I'm giving myself space to swing my knee out from underneath. Now, we'll generally have an underhook when we're doing this, but just so you guys can see that rotation, as my hips come up, I'm going to drag so that I can fall towards a good base and look to attack and finish the sweep from here. So when I have the underhook, I've dragged the leg towards the outside. I'm going to lift my hips, and now my knee is going to rotate so that I have a good base. I'm not toppling back over. I feel pretty balanced and comfortable from right here. The next thing that I look to do is my kickstand is going to reach and block right in front of Elena's knee. Sometimes I'll put the whole forearm onto the mat just so I have a better base point. I'm not extending myself. And now I'm going to push off of my toes. As I push off my toes, I'm going to try to drive her hip down towards the floor and then pull the knee towards me at the same time while staying tight up top. Driving down and then looking to pass. We'll show this one more time. So as we're starting in the half guard position, we've established our underhook. The first step, our feet are going to come towards the inside, dragging her leg towards the outside, manipulating her base. I maintain my 2 points of contact, so my hips come up, and now that's going to allow me to swing my inside knee out so that I have a good base. Okay, notice when I do this too, once the knee comes out, my hips sink down. So I don't just swing where I'm extending myself, my head's losing contact. My knee comes up, swings out, and my hips sink back down, so I'm nice and heavy. I have good control of the leg. I can remove my kickstand, block at the knee, and again, it's not just that pull, it's me pushing off of my toes, driving her hip over towards the floor. And that's the knee block sweep from half guard.